Man, I hate these things. Welcome back, all of you string picking guys and gals, to Obscene Studio. Hope this video finds you well. Welcome in. Got a very special video for you today. Look around. You may notice something's different. There's no double neck in the stand. There's no, what's going on? Okay, well, let me tell you what's going on. I mentioned in the last video that I was trading off my double neck guitar, the 5-string fretless 7-string guitar. I did not give any spoilers. I didn't tell you what I was trading for. There's a story. So a little bit of story time, I guess. About almost 3 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, my son had bought this guitar. He had brought this guitar to my house and had me to set it up. Now, I owned a BC Rich Warlock in 93. In 1993, I had one, and I absolutely loved that thing, but there was one thing about it I could not stand. You see that? And that, you see that? String pickers, there's a reason why I do not have pointy guitars in this studio. I'm clumsy. I can set this down on styrofoam and paint would chip off of it. A stupid mosquito would fly by and land on it, and pow, there goes a chip of paint. I am a bit OCD when it comes to keeping guitars clean. Every guitar in here gets taken down at least once a week, wiped down, and polished up to where it's nice and shiny and it's ready to play. I can't do that with these guitars. Am I dissing them? No, because in my opinion, these guitars sound amazing. This is a 1999 BC Rich Warlock. This guitar came out, I think maybe the last year or two before the owner died. Now, I've already gone through this guitar. I will show you the process that I did go through. I took the bridge out, cleaned it up. As a matter of fact, right now, take a look at how it showed up. There's a video right here of me going top to bottom and everything on this guitar. It is beat up. It's got dents, scratches on the back. It's got some character. I've already gone through this guitar because I wanted to shoot that first, and I want to give you some time lapses of everything that I had to do. I had to adjust a truss rod because it was tuned to C, drop C, and this is a floating bridge, so I had to readjust the claw screws. I had to take a spring out because me and my son mainly play 10s, 11s at the most. And I think he said he had 13s on it. I'm not for sure. I know they were big old strings. And then I scraped off all of the gunk on next to the frets with a hobby knife. And then we cleaned up the fretboard. I went through every grit of Scotch-Brite that I had to clean off the frets, leveled the frets, and polished. This was the guitar that my son let get away. He brought it over, I set it up, and I played it. And I was like, oh my Lord, if you're ever going to keep a guitar, keep this one. Because, string pickers, my son has a condition. It's called ADHD, and it affects him most when he is buying guitars. He can't be happy with a guitar. He trades it off. And then he regrets trading that off. Every time he traded off, he traded up. But he belly ached about this guitar ever since he lost it. He wanted it back. Recently, this popped up on Marketplace. A young man named Merrick's. Merrick's, if you're watching, thank you, buddy. You made this video possible, and it's going to mean a lot to both of us. I told you that when we met and swapped everything, but This is going to be really cool. I traded my double neck to this guitar. Merrick's he traded up because that guitar that he got was actually worth more than this guitar. But I traded up because seeing my son's face when he spots it is going to be priceless. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to surprise my son with a guitar that got away. I'm going to let him have it back with the stipulation that he cannot get rid of it. It will come here before it goes anywhere. But all the same, he loved this guitar. He just loved the time out of it, and he just could not get to the ad in time. And the funny thing was, is last week we were sitting here, and he was like, "Yeah, that BC Rich is still up on Marketplace. If I had the money, I'd just buy it back, and all this stuff." And I said, "Is it?" We had already talked, and Merrick's marked pending, and I showed it to my son. I was like, "You're too late. It says pending." Oh, he just melted away. He just melted away. Had no idea that it was pending because of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang it on the wall, and you guys are going to get to see at the end of this video his reaction to spotting this guitar in this studio, because it's going to look a bit off. This bass usually hangs there. Now this is going to hang there. So guys, I want to put you on the bench. I want you to see the process that I went through to get this thing to looking like it does right now. I wanted to make sure that I could get everything back to the way it looks better than when he got it, my son got it. And I've got it intonated, I've adjusted pickup height, I've done just about everything you can do to a guitar except for fix the dents and dings. But my son's like me, he likes a little bit of relic on an older guitar. So I kind of left those on there. I did fill some with McGuire's polish, but you guys just hang out and come to the bench with me. And once we get done going through all that stuff, then you'll get to see his reaction. Well, guys, we've got it down this far. So basically, I'm just going through doing a deep clean. As you've seen in the time lapse, I scraped all the finger gunk away from the fridges, got that off. Went through all 5 grits of Scotch-Brite that I have, plus a 1000 grit sandpaper, then Flitz polish on the frets. And for some reason, I don't remember seeing that. Somebody has shot that full of silicone down in there for this to anchor to. I don't think it's silicone. It's a lot harder than silicone. Yeah, I don't think that's silicone. That's something else. It's like a clear cement or something. But, that's something that's been done to it. I've never even bothered to look at it. On this side, I cannot stand, and I don't know why, pickups under the strings that lean forward like that. So I fixed that little problem, got out some sponge and just cut a little piece and put it right here so it would catch the edge of this pickup and would keep it from falling forward so it sits perfectly straight under the strings. The back side is a different story. I don't want to change anything. I put this in here before, this big pot. I put that one in there before when he first got it. That was to the bridge pickup. I left these other 2 alone because there was nothing wrong with those, but the old one here was giving a bit of a problem. So I'm thinking possibly later on he may want me to swap these 2 out too. I'm looking to possibly put another three-way in there. That three-way does its job, but it's a bit janky. I cleaned out the inside of the cavities. Now these cavities, I've not checked them for continuity. I don't even know if that's shielding paint. I don't think it is. I think it's just regular paint, but this guitar gives no kind of buzz or hum or anything. And was going to put a push-pull in it, but these are only 2-wire pickups, so that's out of the question. All of these marks that you see right here, they were on it when my son got it. So all of these are on there. Kind of tells the story of this guitar. Somebody really, really abused, well, we call it love, this thing. And the neck, I'm not doing anything to the neck because it's got a nice satiny feel. A little rough spot right there. I don't know. I may do a little bit of something to that to kind of maybe seal that up a little bit. And yeah, so that's it. That's what we've got done so far. You would just have to be here in person to hear this thing play. Like I said before, this is a 1999 BC Rich Warlock. It was before the owner had passed away, and it was the good BC Riches. You can really tell that on how this thing sounds. I'm going to check these pickups for output because when he had it here before, that like 2 years ago or 3, we never did check that. So yeah, when we get it done, get it together, I think that this is going to be a really good surprise for him. He's really going to like it. Oh, and by the way, I took the bridge out. That thing was nasty. This is a floating bridge. I'm kind of looking to see if I may have a block that will fit that. I think I may have one that will, if it's a little bit thicker, not sure. But yeah, that thing was absolutely nasty. And like before, it looked horrible. It don't look too bad now, but it is functional. The knife edges, let me get down here where you guys can see, and it's not going to do it. The knife edges are in good shape. For the most part, I've checked them out, so it should hold tuning relatively well. And the post, or these little old tiny posts, I just can't stand these things. But the tremolo is functional. It works just like it did before, stays in tune for the most part. But now there is no locking nut, and you know what that means. You get heavy-handed on that tremolo and you're going to drop out of tune. Okay guys, the next thing we're going to do is these screws that go in these pickup rings are horrible. So we're going to sand these down with some 1000 grit, maybe get a little bit of shine back to them, because right now they're just covered in rust. Okay, and this is what we're looking like. Knock that rust off the top of the screws. Basically, I got me some 1000 grit sandpaper, just folded around the top like this on my little persuader block. I use this little thing for everything. And just rubbed it back and forth until it knocked all the rust off. Not really anything that's going to make it more efficient, but it will make it look better considering the condition that the pickup rings and the pickups were in. But I've got a trick for that too. Okay guys, we are going to give her a wipe down. And like I said before, this guitar is scarred up, but it doesn't affect the sound whatsoever. And I know, as I've said before, I have heard my boy bellyache about selling this guitar. Says it's the best sounding guitar that he's ever owned. He really doesn't care about looks. He actually prefers something that's a little worn, which a lot of us do, because if it gets a ding or a bump or something like that, we're not really worried about it. I mean, let's be honest. That's why the market is flooded with relic guitars these days. So put some McGuire's liquid wax on there. I love using this for guitar. There are other brands and stuff that you can use. I'll probably end up trying them. But for now, until I get done with that bottle, I am thoroughly enjoying the shine that it brings back to these guitars. The front side looks relatively good. It's not as beat up near as bad as the back side, with the exception of this ding right here. And I know I mentioned earlier that I had a fix for the pickups and how nasty they were. If you didn't catch on, I put some McGuire's on them. It helps bring the color back to them, helps to get rid of the streakiness and mess that was on them before, which will probably show back through in time. But for now, they look amazing. So that's the main thing. Okay, so before we forget to do this, let's go ahead and check the output. All the volumes are up. We have our meter here. Back here, I have the two wires plugged in to the new Pure Tone jack that I put in this guitar. So we're going to hook up the ground and then hook up the hot. And the bridge pickup teeters between 15.22 and 15.23, which doesn't surprise me with this guitar and how it sounds. So let's go to the middle position. The middle position is 7.61. That's both pickups, which is usually about 2 or 3 points higher than what they are on a lot of other guitars. And the neck pickup. The neck pickup comes in at 15.20. That's insane. That's crazy. Usually you can expect the neck pickup to be around 10, 11 tops. Okay, stream pickers, we're going to switch this up just a little bit. I am not going to do a mix with this because I want you guys to hear how this sounds out of the mix. So I'm going to run through a few sound samples that I have on the Headrush Flex Prime. And I want you guys to hear what this has to offer without any kind of drums or bass or anything in the background. And the reason why I'm doing this is based solely upon the output of the pickups. That's what I really want you guys to hear, is how that sounds dry signal just going through just a pedal board without any mix in behind it. So right here we have a high gain rig that I have made called Just for the Carving, and it sounds like this. Now that's a little high gain. It's a little much. So let's try something. Let's try something a little tighter. Man, I love this guitar, dude. Y'all don't know. Uh, if I hadn't have spent so much work and so much time into this video, I would definitely consider hiding it when my son comes over and never saying a word about it. Okay, so we've got basically high gain, a little tight tone that I've got, a little heavier, darker tone that I've got. So let's swap it up to something with a lot of effects. This is heavy in the effects department. We've got some delay, it looks like reverb, and we got a multi-chorus on it. And it is an old 59 tweed Prince pushed with a tube screamer. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so now let's go to the clean tone. Okay, now this is the clean tone that I'm using. This is an amp clone that I got from the Headrush Cloud. And I have a little bit of chorus on here, EQ, a little bit of reverb, and a noise filter. Why, I don't know, but that was thrown in there in case I turned the overdrive on, so that way we wouldn't get all the shh sound that we all know and love. So we're going to do bridge pickup, which was ironically as hot as the neck pickup. good clear sound. Like that a lot. Middle pickup, well, the ever imaginary, elusive middle pickup that no one ever sees. Okay, let's go straight to the neck up. And mind you, just like a minute ago, this was like 15K on the neck pickup. Tone is there. It's just a little hot. I really wanted to split these pickups, but they are 2-wire pickups. So I've kind of just left them as is. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Crazy, crazy. I love this thing. We have heard all that it has to offer now. Let's go back to the tight setting. Middle position. Neck position. Yeah, I love it, man. Love it. Okay, well, we've got about everything took care of that we want to take care of. So, how about we all settle in and see what the reaction of my son is going to be. So, hang tight. That's coming up next. Guess what is not here anymore?
Oh, you sold it?
Yeah.
Really?
No longer here.
Who bought it off of you?
I'll give you a good question or a good answer for that. And when you take a good look around, you'll find out who.
Paul Ringley.
No.
That's my old big cigarette.
Yeah, but the guy that bought it from Paul Ringley is the one that traded.
Yeah, babe. We got the BC Rich.
I'm just glad it didn't come back.
How much you want for it?
No.
Yeah, actually, it's yours.
Oh, yeah!
I knew that thing was going to end up back in that house.
Oh, I've waited on this day. Oh.
And you have. Well, string pickers, that is the end of this video. This is my son, CJ. Say hi.
What is up, my guy?
And he has gotten his guitar, so I am in the running for a new Corvette. So what do you think about it?
I love it. It plays as good before I traded it off, and it's like brand new, even though this guitar's probably the better part
26 years old?
Yeah, almost 30 years old.
Of course, people that are watching the video are going to see what I had to go through to get it back to that. And when you originally brought this guitar to me and had me to do the setup and I played it, what did I say?
You said it was the best playing guitar that you have, the best playing BC Rich that you have ever played, but you hated the body.
Exactly. And so, even though my plan was to stash this guitar in the closet and not say anything about it for the rest of my life, I have been a good dad, good father, and gave it to my son. So, that's all I got for you today, guys. To all of you string pickers out there, from this couple of string pickers here, even my son's fiance, who is in the background, that is kind of out of the shot right now, waiting to play more guitar. We're going to end this video. And so, from us to you, we would just like to say that we hope and pray that you are having the most blessed day ever. And we pray that God is with you all.
Sayings.